All right, guys, we made it. In conclusion, we've covered a lot of topics, from mindset to the lead types to how you should talk to them. I even taught you how to build rapport and get an offer out of the sellers without them even knowing about it. These are going to be amazing skill sets for you. But I want to touch back on one thing, which is the mindset. And that is my number one tip is don't get intimidated by these leads. They're going to show up aggressive. They're going to show up rude. They're going to show up in all these different ways. And just because they're going through that doesn't mean they're not going to sell you their house. So don't feel bullied. Don't feel belittled. Understand that everyone's going through something and you need to show up. Be in integrity. Do what you say you're going to do. Be likable. Make sure you're being patient and have a great attitude. Okay, you have to be persistent and really fight through some of these people's walls that they've put up. I've got a funny saying, and that is, I barely understand what my father is going through, let alone a seller I just met today. All right, we have to respect that people aren't going to divulge all of the information that you need on the first call. It's not always going to be that easy. That's why mindset and persistence are so important. So don't feel intimidated. If they say too high of a number, call them anyways. If they say that they don't want to talk, call them anyways. They say they're not ready to sell for 2 months, call them anyways. It doesn't matter. The worst case, you're just starting the relationship today. Focus on the relationship. If they don't want to sell, you want to be friends. If they want to sell, you still want to be friends. Your approach doesn't change. What changes is the pace of your approach. So don't disregard or disrespect any lead ever, even if they're asking for it. Even if their answers suck, always show up with kindness and you will get way more leads than you ever thought possible. I can't even tell you, I'm speaking from experience. I cold called for the first 6 months of business at leadminingpros.com. And when I came across someone with a bad attitude, when I was either persistent or sometimes even aggressive back, you will find that you pierce their wall that they put up. And then as soon as you do that, you met their qualification of someone they want to work with. Don't forget, these people are getting calls before. You're not the first person to call them and ask them this. That's the reality of it. So you have to understand where their head's at and don't get intimidated if someone gives you an attitude.